Sorry. Hey guys, how are you? It's Miss Coley saying what's up. We had an awesome day looking into character development, and I want to kind of further our understanding. So let's try to do a little bit of a review just for your thought process. So really quickly, character development. We have this cool little news clip. Hope you like it. I spent a little bit of time on it. I see some things I probably should have fixed. Oh, well, whatever. All right, so characterization, guys, character development, all that great stuff. So reviewing back to characterizations, and it's the way an author reveals the special qualities and personalities of a character in a story, making the character believable. Awesome. However, we talked about two methods in which they might do this. They might directly tell us the characterizations like Peter was tall. So now we know directly that he was tall. Or they might indirectly tell us the characterizations, as in he almost hit his head as he walked into the classroom. So we have to infer or imply that Peter must be what? A little bit tall if he's hitting his head as he walks into the classroom. Overall, those were the methods. However, there were also types. There were internal and external characterization. And this was kind of practiced when we did our inner and outer mapping, our personal maps of who we are inside and who we are outside. Remember, internal are things that can't be visibly seen. Kind of like Miss Coley is a caring but strict teacher. Now, overall, if you just walked up to me and you look, you would not know that I was as caring as I am or that I'm as strict as I could be. However, those are internal characterizations. There's also what we call external characterizations. Those are the things that can be visibly seen. Like Sarah was a girl. Duh, besides her name telling us that, we'll know that Sarah's a girl because on the outside you look at her and you can see that she's a girl. So again, those external characterizations like being tall or having big eyes or having little hands or dark hair. Those are all things that if you walked up to someone without even meeting them, you're able to see it. Those are external characterizations. Character development. I had a good time with this, doing the lesson at least. Dynamic versus static characters. We kind of went through all these different examples of Scar and Latin and Finding Nemo. And we looked at what the difference was between a static and a dynamic character. Just as a reminder, static characters do not undergo any important changes in the story. They're usually minor characters like the supporting cast, and they normally stay the same from the beginning, in the middle, and even to the end of the story. Unlike our dynamic characters, dynamic characters start off believing and feeling one way, and they wind up seeing things a different way. By the end of the story, they're usually the protagonist and the main character of the story. Now today I want to kind of dig into character influences. What makes these things happen? What affects the character and even us that change us? So first look at the definition of influence as it speaks to our character. Influences are the capacity to have an effect on the character, development, or behavior of someone or something, or the effect itself. Let me try that again. Influences is the capacity to have an effect on the character, development, or behavior of someone or something, or it's just the effect itself. So what are we going to do with that information? Today we're going to do a character analysis chart where we're going to look at the influences of our main character, Julia, aka Julia Alvarez. So we look, the first thing we want to do is determine the main character's traits from the beginning, the middle, and the ending of the story. And if you look, there's portions there for that. Once you determine that, you want to then identify what interactions with other characters help you determine that trait. Because one major way we're usually influenced is by other people. After you do that, you want to make sure you cite textual evidence to support your characterization. Why? Because nobody believes what you say, but they'll believe it if you put a quote from the story. So make sure you do that. And finally, you want to just explain it. Explain what each interaction reveals about the main character in the story. So we actually started you off with the beginning portion of it. And if you look here, we say in the beginning, our character, Julia Alvarez, was angry, upset, and annoyed. So next thing we have to do is identify what made her that way. What influences, what interactions did she have with other characters might have gotten her to feel this way. So we have when the immigration officer, the hotel clerk, and the new super mispronounced her name, that's what made her upset. So this is proof that she had an interaction with another character that brought about these characterizations. After that, we have to do what, guys? Cite evidence to support the trait reveal. But I said our names to myself, opening my mouth wide. And then another quote was, how could anyone get Alvarez out of that orchestra of sound? So you kind of hear the frustration in her voice that backs up us saying that she more than likely was upset because they were mispronouncing her name. Finally, we want to explain the evidence. What does it reveal about our main character? Well, this evidence shows that Julia was really particular about her name and proud enough to want people to say it correctly. Now, I know this isn't an easy task, guys, but I'm sure you can do it. So you want to look at now the middle of the story. Give me a character trait about Julia Alvarez, but then also identify what interaction brought about the trait, then cite the textual evidence, and then explain. You want to do that for the middle as well as the end because we want to see the pattern. We want to see how she might have changed. And more than likely, we've determined already that she's what type of character? A dynamic character. So again, guys, I really am excited. I'm sure you can do this. And don't fret. If you have an issue, I'm here. Raise your hand. Email me. Whatever is necessary for you to get the information that you need.